Man, listen, James, let me explain something to you, bro. I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard, this is the first time Drake got into some shit and I ain't hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, my nigga? Control your nigga.
For years, Drake has weathered his share of verbal attacks, but nothing compares to the intense situation he's facing right now. For more than a decade, he seemed invincible in rap battles, navigating through every conflict with an untouchable confidence. However, the truth is, he always had a secret weapon, Houston's influential figure, J. Prince. To the hip-hop community, J. Prince was more than just a friend. He was Drake's silent protector. He was the person people referred to as his other father, the one who could fix problems and ensure no one got too close with hostile intentions. But suddenly, as Drake is engulfed in the most significant firestorm of his career, that shield seems to have been shattered. J. Prince has become eerily quiet, leaving fans to wonder if their legendary bond has finally broken for good. Drake didn't just boast about his Toronto roots, he also highlighted his powerful connections in Houston. He wasn't on his own, he had the backing of a formidable Southern force. J. Prince was no ordinary ally. Whenever Drake was involved in rap rivalries or industry disputes, J. Prince was the calm yet powerful voice that reminded everyone of who was truly in control. He intervened to de-escalate conflicts with Kanye, an NBA YoungBoy, and even stepped in after the infamous incident with Diddy, all while safeguarding one of hip-hop's most valuable assets. Now, the silence from Houston is deafening. Kendrick Lamar is relentlessly dismantling Drake, and fans can't ignore the fact that J. Prince, the man who never hesitated to jump into the fray, has not said a single word. It's like watching a boxer enter the ring without gloves, swinging recklessly and exposed. No one is in his corner, and the whispers are growing louder. Has Drake lost J. Prince's support? To fully grasp the magnitude of this situation, you have to look back. J. Prince is not just a random industry figure. In the 1980s, he built Rap-A-Lot Records from the ground up, putting Houston on the hip-hop map with legendary artists like the Ghetto Boys, Scarface, and Bushwick Bill. His reputation went beyond music. It carried significant weight. While some viewed him as a respected elder statesman, others spoke of his intimidating tactics, but everyone agreed on one thing: he had immense power. By the 2000s, his influence extended far beyond Houston. The entire game changed in 2006 when his son, Jazz Prince, discovered Drake's tracks on MySpace. Initially, even Lil Wayne was not convinced, seeing Drake as just another ambitious kid from Canada trying to make it. But Jazz Prince was persistent. He kept pushing Wayne, sending him Drake's music and acting as a middleman until Wayne finally became interested. When Wayne called Drake, flew him to Houston, and they started working together, the result was incredible. 17 tracks in the vault, a mixtape so impressive it almost earned a Grammy.
J. Prince, over the years, the decades of doing whatever he's doing, he's been having a way of brainwashing people.
Oh, yeah?
To thinking he's doing one thing when he really up to a next.
Behind the scenes, J. Prince and his family were more than just observers. They were the key figures who made sure Drake signed with Young Money. From that moment on, Drake's loyalty to Houston and J. Prince became permanent, and that loyalty was always reciprocal. J. Prince was always Drake's armor, his impenetrable shield. Remember the Pusha T rivalry in 2018? Drake was ready to unleash what insiders described as a career-ending diss track, a nuclear strike that could have destroyed everything. But J. Prince intervened and shut it down. He publicly stated that Drake had a powerful track ready, but that he advised him to hold it back out of respect. Fans couldn't decide if it was genuine respect or a display of J. Prince's absolute authority. Either way, Drake complied. Then, in 2021, deja vu struck again when Drake and Kanye were at each other's throats, exchanging jabs online and in songs. J. Prince accomplished the impossible by orchestrating a meeting between them at the Rothko Chapel in Houston. The world saw the photo of Drake and Kanye standing side by side, but Kanye looked rigid and uncomfortable, almost as if he were in a hostage video. The peace didn't last, but J. Prince had proven one thing loud and clear. When he made a move, even the biggest names had to fall in line. This is why the current situation feels so surreal. Kendrick Lamar has gone nuclear on Drake with tracks like Euphoria and Not Like Us, and for the first time ever, Jay Prince has been completely silent. There have been no Instagram posts, no interviews, and no stern warnings, just a deafening silence that is shaking the entire rap game. Fans are connecting the dots, convinced that the only reason Kendrick's attacks are so damaging is that Drake no longer has Jay Prince running interference. If Jay Prince were still involved, would Kendrick really be mocking Drake this rudely without any consequences? Not a chance. So the million-dollar question is, what happened? Why would Jay Prince step back now? The whispers are unsettling. Some claim that Drake betrayed the man who helped him rise to fame, while others believe Jay Prince simply wants to avoid a conflict with Kendrick, especially after some of Kendrick's lyrics began pointing directly toward Houston. Rumor has it that Kendrick may have damaging information, dark secrets related to the city, and shady behind-the-scenes dealings, even whispers about women being used for industry favors. One name that keeps coming up is Area 29, a Houston nightclub allegedly connected to Jay Prince's son, Jazz Prince. Fans even believe that Kendrick's cryptic lyrics about family matters in 29 were a warning shot, hinting that there is damaging information waiting to be exposed. Then there's the tragedy of Wake Takeoff's death in Houston. Since that tragic night in November 2022, speculation has not ceased. Jay Prince's son, Jazz, reportedly hosted the Migos that evening, and when Takeoff was killed, conspiracy theories spread rapidly across the internet. While there has never been any solid evidence linking Jay Prince to it, the association has tarnished his name in the eyes of many. Meanwhile, Drake, who toured with and was close to the Migos, remained shockingly silent after Takeoff's death. When Kendrick released the scathing lyric, "Your daddy killed He Wanna Be Jr.," fans instantly connected the dots, convinced he was targeting Jazz Prince. These types of lyrics, which imply connections that people only whisper about but never prove, are incredibly dangerous. Perhaps that is precisely why Jay Prince finally decided to step back. After all, Jay Prince built his entire reputation on power, and when he says family matters, it's not a suggestion, it's a warning. Jay Prince built his entire reputation on power, intimidation, and silence. But even the most formidable OGs know when someone might be holding nuclear-level secrets that could blow everything sky high. If Kendrick truly has evidence linking Houston figures to darker industry rumors, then Jay Prince's silence isn't a betrayal. It's a matter of self-preservation. For Drake, however, the consequences are severe. For years, critics have argued that he only navigated rap feuds unscathed because he had the support of powerful figures in Houston. Now, with Jay Prince out of the picture, Drake appears completely exposed, and the internet is relentlessly capitalizing on it. The memes are non-stop, Kendrick's lyrics are constantly being replayed, and Drake's responses seem to get weaker with each round. Fans are even mocking him, saying that without Jay Prince, he has no idea how to defend himself. One viral comment perfectly summed it up. Drake without Jay Prince is just soft serve in a cone, melting under pressure. And honestly, that's exactly how it looks right now. For the first time, Drake is not controlling the narrative. Kendrick is. Kendrick is setting the pace, pulling the strings, and making Drake look like he's flailing for air. Insiders are whispering that even some of Drake's allies are starting to distance themselves, not wanting to get caught in the crossfire. If Kendrick decides to release even more damaging information, the safety net Drake has always relied on will be completely gone. This isn't just another rap beef. For the first time, Drake's aura of invincibility has truly shattered. With Jay Prince sitting silently in the background, it's as if Drake has been abandoned on the battlefield, bleeding out while Kendrick Lamar masterfully dances circles around him. The internet is having a field day, and the industry is captivated by every development. Jay Prince's silence speaks louder than any statement he could ever make. For years, Drake wasn't bulletproof because he was the most skilled rapper. He was untouchable because everyone knew who stood behind him. But now, for the first time in his career, that wall of protection appears to be gone, and Kendrick chose the perfect moment to strike. With surgical precision, ruthless timing, and zero hesitation, he hasn't just attacked Drake. He stripped away the very armor that made him untouchable. The most shocking part is that Jay Prince has yet to say a single word. This leaves us with the burning question: did Jay Prince finally cut ties with Drake, or is he simply staying quiet to protect himself from something bigger? Fans are divided. Some insist that Jay Prince would never abandon the golden goose he helped raise, while others are convinced that this silence is proof that their bond is permanently broken. This is where the narrative takes a dark turn. If Jay Prince has truly withdrawn his support, then Drake's position is highly vulnerable. Insiders have long compared the music industry to a chessboard, with Jay Prince acting as the king, protecting his most valuable piece. Without him, Drake is now an open target, and the wolves are circling fast. Kendrick has already proven he is fearless, and now other rappers are sensing an opportunity. The memes are no longer just jokes, they have become daggers, each one a reminder to the world that Drake might not be untouchable after all. Even his longtime supporters are beginning to fall silent, and that silence is telling. No one wants to get caught in the crossfire of what's coming next. For the first time in over a decade, Drake's reign feels insecure, as if the foundation beneath his throne is cracking with every one of Kendrick's verses. If Jay Prince has truly left him to fend for himself, then Drake isn't just battling Kendrick, he's fighting an entire culture that is eager to see him fall. The most shocking part is how quickly the tables have turned. Not long ago, Drake was on top of the game, widely regarded as the king of rap. Now every move he makes seems desperate, like a fighter swinging wildly just to stay on his feet. The continued silence from Houston only makes the situation worse, because when Jay Prince doesn't speak, people assume the bond is broken. Fans are now contemplating what was once unthinkable, that Drake might actually be on his own, and the timing could not be worse.
Last question. Do you like You Not Like Us?
Kendrick's diss tracks are more than just songs, they are cultural touchstones. They are anthems that have the streets chanting against Drake, and every line cuts deeper. Each time the songs are replayed, the narrative spreads further, and without Jay Prince stepping in to halt the momentum, it feels like Drake is free-falling without a parachute. The industry sharks know it too. Insiders are whispering that labels, promoters, and even collaborators are watching closely, waiting to see if it's still safe to be associated with Drake's name. In this game, loyalty only lasts as long as the power does, and right now, that power is slipping from Drake's grasp. Once the cracks start to show, everyone wants a piece. Drake's rivals, both old and new, are circling like vultures, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Kendrick lit the match, but now, rappers who have been silent for years suddenly feel emboldened. There are growing whispers that Pusha T might return for a second round, and that even Kanye could reappear just to kick Drake while he's down. This is no longer just about the music, it's about power, reputation, and legacy. With Jay Prince silent, the safety net is gone, and every diss track now hits harder than ever. Drake, who once controlled the tempo of these conflicts, now appears to be merely reacting to everyone else's moves. This is dangerous territory for a man who built his career on control. Meanwhile, the fans are fueling the fire. Memes, jokes, and viral comments are painting Drake as weak, exposed, and even finished. In the rap game, perception is everything. If the culture decides you have lost, it doesn't matter how many hits you have in the vault, the crown can vanish overnight. Right now, Drake's crown is slipping, and the wolves are closing in quickly. Behind the scenes, the whispers are getting louder. Some of Drake's closest allies are already pulling back. The same people who once boasted about being in his inner circle don't want to be pulled into the chaos. In this industry, loyalty is only genuine until it starts to cost money and reputation. Right now, Drake is beginning to look like a sinking ship. Insiders say that promoters are nervous, sponsors are hesitant, and even a few artists who used to defend him are now silent. That silence cuts deep because it shows that the game is changing. No one wants to risk their own standing in the industry just to protect Drake. As Kendrick's momentum continues to grow, it's almost like watching a king being abandoned by his own court. One by one, the people who once praised him are slipping away, and the worst part is that Drake cannot stop it. Without Jay Prince calling the shots in the background, there is no one forcing people to stay in line. For the first time in his career, he is standing on an island, and the empire he built is beginning to crack right under his feet. What makes this even more brutal is how quickly Drake's image is collapsing in real time. For over a decade, he was the golden boy of rap, the hitmaker, and the one who could not be touched.